Stare decisis, or the doctrine of precedent, is one of the mainstays of common law. The idea is that because people know how the court has decided matters in the past, they can be confident the court will decide those points in the same way in the future. In the same way, the rules of statutory interpretation exist in order to let people predict how the courts will interpret legislation. Once the courts have given meaning to a section, parties can proceed in the secure expectation that the same meaning will be given in future. The downside of stare decisis, however, is that judges are fallible and legislators are fallible, and if they make a mistake, stare decisis might result in that mistake being made over and over. This becomes even more tricky because the world changes over time, and so interpretations which might have been acceptable in the past might come to be obsolete. Under pure stare decisis, though, we'd be stuck with them. In this case, 3 men were arrested for alleged sexual assault, but later released before they came before a judge. More than a year later, they were charged with those offences. They sought to have the charges thrown out on the basis that their right to a speedy trial had been denied to them. The question for the court was whether the interval during which a trial must be brought began from the moment the defendants were taken into custody or sometime after that. The previous authorities said that the time commenced as soon as they were arrested. However, the court felt that those previous authorities were wrong. They found that the arrest process began with the person going into custody and then ended when the person was brought before a judge. So if, as here, the person was arrested and then released without going before a judge, the arrest process had never been completed, and so the clock had never started ticking on the right to a speedy trial. The court quoted Professor Ronald Dworkin in coming to this decision. In the book Law's Empire, Professor Dworkin said, "We must remember that legislation sometimes persists on account of inattention and default, rather than by any conscious and collective decision. Rather than allowing what they considered bad law to remain through inattention and default, the court revised the authorities, and the defendants faced justice."